Hi, everybody. I'm Meghan McGrogan, the Executive Director of the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce. Thank you so much for joining us today for our Leveling Up Social Distancing series. So our guest today is no stranger to the Chamber at all. He is not only a family of Turnbull Insurance, but he also is the chair of our Catalyst group, Stephen Turnbull. But before I get into introducing Stephen, I just want to say again, hello to everybody and welcome to this series. If you're tuning in for the first time, these episodes are really shorter episodes of our podcast. We usually have a bi-weekly podcast, but this podcast has now been transformed into these shorter series. And what we're doing is making sure that we're getting all of our chamber members in front of the entire community so you can connect with them during this time wherever you may be doing business. So again, Stephen, welcome, and thank you so much for being on with me today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, Stephen, tell us a little bit about Turnbull Insurance and introduce yourself and obviously what you do there. We know you're part of the family, a great family-owned company that's been in our area for quite some time.
Yeah, sure. So for everybody watching who may not know me, my name's Stephen Turnbull. I'm with Turnbull Insurance. We're a local family-owned and operated independent insurance agency here in New Hartford, New York. We're right up from the Home Depot on French Road. So we have a great history, been in this area for 154 years. I'm currently the fifth generation to work for the company. Currently, my father, James B. Turnbull IV, and my uncle, Mark Turnbull, own and operate the agency. So we are an independent insurance agency. We represent multiple different companies. We can assist with individuals and businesses for insurance solutions.
Great. And, I know everybody hears insurance agency and it's a pretty broad term. So what type, you guys cover all types of insurance, right?
Yeah. So like I said, we're really individuals and businesses. So we can help with any of those business owners with their different coverages, as well as your standard home and auto insurance, life insurance solutions. So pretty much a one-stop shop for your insurance needs.
Great. So things are probably looking a little bit different for you guys now. I mean, normally people would call you up, you'd probably sit down with them one-on-one, go through, do a risk assessment, et cetera. So what are things looking like for you guys, and how are you connecting with either current clients or people who, maybe are taking this time to look at their insurance and update it a little bit or assess their risks? What types of things are you guys doing to make sure that you can stay in touch and be approachable?
Yeah. So for us, obviously all the staff is working remotely, and we're coming in a couple of days throughout the week. And, there's a couple clients still that do cash payments and different things like that. So we have taken precautions, slide under the door, and we'll take care of it that way. But it's kind of business as usual, really. I mean, the insurance premiums are still being paid. We can get into that a little bit of what's come from the state. New business is still able to be written. So, we're obviously adapting to the virtual way of doing business, connecting with our customers, keeping everybody informed of what's changing. But from a day-to-day aspect, it's really been the same, just the different twist with the virtual and communication aspects.
Mm-hmm. So what does the industry look like right now? I mean, are there any changes to this that, would affect somebody either on a personal level or on a business level that we should be looking out for? Or, I know a lot of people are being given a little bit of leeway on things. Anything like that in the insurance industry?
Yeah, so the industry as a whole, we'll start by just saying things are literally changing every single day. And it does depend on who your company, who you have your insurance with. But from a state aspect, the state has come out and said that they are deferring payments until at least May 5th at this point. They came out, 4 or 5 weeks ago with that. So they're not forgiving those premium payments by any means or anything at this point. It's just deferring those in case you're in a financial hardship situation. Mm-hmm. Individual companies, so different carriers, like I said, we're an independent agent, so we may have one person placed with one company and another placed with a different company. Individual companies some of them are pushing that into June at this point, and others are giving what they're calling a stay-at-home credit. So they're giving a 10 to 15 to 20% discount, if you will, on the monthly payments for some of their clients. So that's been the large part of what we've been doing during all of this, is just staying up to date on that on a daily basis and pushing it out to different customers, because like I said, it does, depend on where you are. And so if that's one thing I would say to people who are watching this and curious about their insurance, is definitely call your agent, call your company, and see what up-to-date thing they're doing to help with the payments, and go from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's really important. And that's really, in my opinion, why having such a personal relationship with your insurance agent is important, which you guys as a family-owned business locally, you have that personal relationship and open communication. And that's really important because, you guys are able to kind of know your clients really well and reach out and say, listen, you might have a savings, or you might have, things being able to be deferred. So that's really important part of what you guys do. I'm sure at this time, a lot of your clients are turning to you for that. Oh
yeah. Yeah. I mean, when it first kind of came out, in the industry as a whole, it was one company that started, the next company followed. We got a lot of calls, emails, and different communications on that from the clients. So again, just staying up to date with that as things are changing, as we're moving along during all this crisis, and making sure that our clients are most up to date as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really interesting too. And I think, one of the important things that, that we've seen with the EIDL, the loans that are coming out of the CARES Act and the PPP, and, there's so many different things as a business you have to look at. And the important part is to look at the forgiveness versus loan versus deferral, right? I think all this can get jumbled up really easily. And you might think that you've gotten money that you don't have to pay back, but if you don't handle it a certain way. So all that's really important, again, to have that relationship. It's kind of like that, a kind of business ecosystem, I call it, with your, insurance agent, your attorney, your bank. You really have to have an open communication, and in your accountant, your open communication with everybody to make sure you're managing your money and your coverages properly right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if we look at a situation where this wasn't the case, as a business, that's the way we operate as well. There's things in your life that change, whether your teenage driver gets their driver's license, or you get a different house, or situations change for people. So as an agency, we're constantly keeping up to date with our clients, making sure that they have the best coverage they need, and keeping up to date with that.
Great. Now, Stephen, if somebody wants to reach out to you guys, and maybe if they're interested in re-looking at their coverage, or they want to look at their risk and maybe get different quotes, how can they do that? Do you guys have something set up right now that people can reach out to you for new business?
Yeah, we are, first off, very active on social media. So, Instagram, Facebook, we've got a YouTube channel that will hopefully be resurfacing once I get around to it. But we put out a bunch of frequently asked questions on there about, some things with your coverages. So check that out. Turnbull Insurance Service on Facebook, like I said, and then Turnbull-insurance.com. You can find our website and get in touch with all of us. Mm-hmm. You can email or call me directly, Stephen@Turnbull-insurance.com. But it's pretty easy to get a hold of us, and we'd be happy to help, even with just simple questions, whether you're a client of ours or not. We'd be happy to help with anything.
Sure. Okay. That's good to know. And then before we wrap things up here, I did want to also take a few minutes to talk about Catalyst as well.
Yeah.
So Stephen is the chair of our Catalyst Young Professionals group, which is our young professionals arm of the chamber. If you're 40 and under and you work for a chamber member, you're automatically, eligible to participate in everything that they do. And you really don't even have to be in that category to participate in events and volunteering, right, and things like that. So things are looking a little bit different for Catalyst right now too. Why don't you just tell everybody, I guess, if they've never heard of Catalyst, what are some things that in an ordinary scenario that you'd be doing? And then, what are you guys doing right now to make sure that you're staying in touch?
Yeah, absolutely. So like you said, Meg, Catalyst, we're the young professional group of the chamber. So if you work for a chamber of business and a young professional, we do a lot of meetups, a lot of different networking things in addition to what you guys put out at the chamber. And I think it's a great opportunity to kudos to you guys for what you have done throughout over the years. My second day working in 2016, I went to a chamber event and had to give a 2-minute speech, and was just beyond scared to do so. But that's where, things kick-started for me. So I appreciate all you've done from that aspect. But we had a lot of good meetups, just getting new people involved. We operate with a steering committee, and we have a ton of good, like-minded individuals on that steering committee that are doing great things, just to try to give back and to get people together, meet people, network. So it's been really good. I just had a meeting with Tina Pavlot and Jordan Peters, who are on our committee this morning, talking about different things, and we got a steering committee coming up, trying to figure out how to still keep the ball rolling with Catalyst and that good energy we had going on a virtual platform for now, at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know we had a steering committee last month virtually, and you guys just have awesome energy. You're trying to think of creative ways to maybe, do some things digitally, as you said. So I think that's really important. And if people want to get in touch right now and maybe be put on a list to be contacted, how can they get in touch with you and be a part of Catalyst?
Yeah, certainly reach out to me if you want more information or want to have a one-to-one conversation about what Catalyst is. The best communication that we have found right now is Facebook. So we have our own group, the Catalyst Group. Make sure you put the in there, or else you'll be sent to another group in Texas. But it's the group. You just like that page, and we're putting different things out there. People are posting different things about their businesses, and it's just a really good group to be a part of.
Yeah, and like Stephen said, it's the Catalyst Group, and you can also find that through our chamber Facebook page, which is just Greater Utica Chamber. And we, like Stephen said, we share all that they do on our page as well. So if you're looking for places to get in touch with them or with the chamber, the Catalyst Group or Greater Utica Chamber on Facebook. And also, Stephen, they could join the mailing list as well. You can do that by going to our website, greateruticachamber.org. You type in your email. It's on the bottom left of our homepage. And that would also get you on the list. There's an option to check to be on our list, and then also on Catalyst. So it's just a great way to stay in touch. And, a couple people have reached out to me during this time and said, this is really a time that I'm taking to reevaluate, where I can get involved and maybe set myself up for when things are back to normal. What are some things I do to be involved in the community? So it's really a great way to take a look at that right now.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I would add that I think I missed is there's really an opportunity for you to get involved with Catalyst on many different levels of interest. We do, it's broken up into a membership place where you can get involved with trying to get new people in the door. Events, we put on some great events throughout the years, the Jingle Jam and the barbecue that we work together with the chamber on, and then volunteering. So, we do a lot of things about volunteering for the Boilermaker, the different events in the area. So there really is a great opportunity for you to get involved in whichever way you'd like to. Great.
Okay, well, Stephen, just before we wrap up, one last time, how can they get in touch about Turnbull Insurance? And then I think we'll also have it up on the screen for everybody as well.
Yeah, so again, check us out on social media. We got a YouTube channel, our Facebook page, Instagram at Turnbull Insurance, and you can check us out on our website at turnbull-insurance.com. And Meg, thank you very much for having me today. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. It was fun to have you on and fun to see your face.
That's right.
Not in person,
right.
But over the computer. So
right.
Thank you once again, Stephen, a great supporter of the chamber and a great business in the community, Turnbull Insurance. So please go on and check them out. Again, you can find all of their information on their website. We'll throw it up on the screen. And then please check out the Catalyst Group as well, and you can stay in touch for everything that they're doing. So Stephen, we hope to see you in person soon. But until then, we'll enjoy our coffee over the screen.
That's right. Thank you, Meg.
Maybe a beer next time.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Thanks, Stephen.